This is Kyrie Irving, a guy that you cannot trust.
Kyrie Irving doesn't like the guy behind him who's making the crying gesture.
You can't trust Kyrie Irving.
He is one of the most electrifying players in the game.
They are prepared to lose both Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
Come on now. And Trae Young and Kevin Durant get into it a little bit.
Embiid and KD having words, and I'm here for it.
No one's ever going to trust that guy to be an alpha male.
As Tucker and Durant get into each other's space.
He's not accountable.
Where's the loyalty?
The Brooklyn Nets just gave us a real pivot moment in NBA history. 2 mid-season deals, 2 future Hall of Famers traded, and 2 big-time NBA championship contenders emerge. We know that this trade is going to give us a tremendous amount of entertainment as fans, but entertainment is one thing. I want to know, if we look back at NBA history, how often does a big-time trade like this actually work? Are either the Phoenix Suns or Dallas Mavericks really set up for big-time success with Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, or have they gone all in on a bad bet? And just exactly how doomed are the Brooklyn Nets? What is the fallout from losing this much talent in exchange for future picks? And of course, a collection of other talent. So what's up, guys? Mike here, and today we are looking at what is perhaps the biggest NBA trade deadline we have ever seen. The destruction of the Brooklyn Nets' Big Three super team attempt at a dynasty is going to be talked about for a long time. But for now, we are focusing on the ultimate question here. Is history on the Phoenix Suns and Dallas Mavericks side? Because we know that both the Suns and the Mavericks are obviously getting Hall of Fame talents in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And we also know that in NBA history, mid-season trades can pay off in the best way possible. In the past, we've seen Rasheed Wallace get sent to the Detroit Pistons and immediately help them secure a championship. We've also seen the Kobe Bryant Lakers trade for Pau Gasol, and just 1 season later, the ultimate success was achieved. So right there in front of us, the blueprint for both the Phoenix Suns and Dallas Mavericks is there. After these mid-season trades, Chris Paul could get his first ring. Luka could be right on the baby GOAT path. But we also have to consider here that there are clear examples of seemingly home run deals, landing a team in the worst place possible. What I mean by that is basketball purgatory, the in-between, an extended period of time. Think 5+ seasons where you are barely scraping by to get in the playoffs, but you are also not a real contender. That is what ended up happening to the New York Knicks when they got Carmelo Anthony. Everyone applauded them, but ultimately, no real success was there. That's also what happened to the then New Jersey Nets when they got Deron Williams in what was considered a steal of a mid-season trade. Ultimately, Melo's Knicks were entertaining, Deron Williams' Nets were a disaster, and when we consider the fact that the Dallas Mavericks are betting a lot on this trade, they are risking the future of Luka Doncic. Same with the Phoenix Suns, they are risking Devin Booker's prime. When we consider that history has shown us these trades can and will go both ways to the extreme, it is here where we just have to look at recent NBA history to really get a gauge on what we're about to see. Because surprisingly, in the last 6 NBA seasons, we have actually had 10 fairly sized big NBA trades, and the biggest winners and losers of these trades show us a lot about the potential future of the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns. But before we continue, guys, I am very excited to thank a longtime friend of this channel, DraftKings, for sponsoring today's video. And that is because the big game is finally here. And as you know, DraftKings has us hooked up. Some people go to big game parties for chips and dips, some people go for friendship, but those of us that are in the know get in on the real action. Action that can only be found on DraftKings Sportsbook. And I'm teaming up with DraftKings to give all new customers an amazing offer. All new customers have to do is sign up for DraftKings, use my promo code Korzemba, bet $5 on the big game, and you will instantly receive an additional $200 in bonus bets. Yes, that is right. New customers bet just $5 on the big game, and $200 in bonus bets will immediately be deposited into your account. And if you're wondering what you can use those $200 bonus bets on, you can try same game parlays where you combine 2 bets, such as who will have the most passing yards in the game and who will score the first touchdown, for a chance at even bigger winnings. And if mobile sports betting is still not available in your state, do not worry. You can still get in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. So go download DraftKings Sportsbook right now. Use the promo code Korzemba. New customers bet $5 on the big game and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. $200 in bonus bets. That's promo code Korzemba only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Thank you again to DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. And for now, guys, let's get back into the video. Because when we look at the biggest winners of all of these midseason trades, we find that only one team has actually won a title, and that is the Golden State Warriors with Andrew Wiggins, who emerged into an all-star starter and outdueled Jason Tatum in the NBA Finals. After that, I would safely say that the Nuggets getting Aaron Gordon in 2021 has been a home run for them, but then already we can see that the rankings seriously start to weaken. I will take the fact that Philly got James Harden for Ben Simmons as my number 3 choice, and I would say at this point the Magic have won their trade with the Chicago Bulls as they traded away Vucevic and got back young pieces such as Franz Wagner. In these trades where teams remain contenders, however, you may notice a common theme, and it is one that should actually scare the Phoenix Suns. Because when we look at the biggest losers, depending on who you ask, you may find it concerning that not a single time throughout all of NBA history have we seen a player get traded to a championship contender, become the biggest name in that city that very same season, and proceed to win a championship. It's that simple. I am definitely not saying it cannot be done, especially with Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. I'm just saying that we have never seen it before. By the way, guys, I am on the grind to 2 million subs here, so if you are enjoying this video, it would be awesome if you could subscribe and turn on post notifications. Now back to the video. However, when we look at the Dallas Mavericks here, depending on if you believe that Kyrie Irving can play the number 2 role, as Jason Kidd himself has said Kyrie will, well, it is very clear that getting high-level talent that is not actually your best player is the key to winning a mid-season trade, at least recently. Andrew Wiggins led the Warriors to a championship. Aaron Gordon and James Harden have fit in extremely well, and because they were willing to play that role, their teams have thrived. Now, luckily for the Brooklyn Nets here, when looking at the biggest losers ever, we find a list of teams that have been in situations where they could not find a direct talent match for their player, and they instead did not aim for a ton of picks. They tried to match talent anyway. The Nets traded away James Harden and got back Ben Simmons. The Knicks got Dennis Smith Jr. for Kristaps Porzingis. The Kings got Buddy Hield for DeMarcus Cousins. And so it has to be mentioned, I don't think the Nets deal with the Suns matches the criteria of an all-time worst trade. I think in fact, we just weirdly saw with the Rockets deal with the Nets themselves in what we could now be looking at. As when trading for James Harden, the Brooklyn Nets gave away all of their first-round picks up until 2027 to Houston. That is right, the Rockets own their future right now. The same though can be said if Durant does not work out in Phoenix. They own 4 of those picks and they have the right to swap with one of those picks. And so if Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant do not work out, then the Nets could end up getting a very incredibly solid pick for this trade sometime in the future. But overall, if there is one thing to take away here, it is that if Kyrie Irving plays that complementary piece for the Dallas Mavericks here, history really has shown us that a great midseason trade with a complementary star that works could lead a team to a title. The same goes with Kevin Durant if he goes to Phoenix and embraces what has been built before him. We're gonna see what happens. I cannot wait to see. What is known for sure is that this trade is one of the biggest in NBA history. I mean, the fact that the Brooklyn Nets big 3 destructed like this, you hate to see it. With that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video like this. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day, guys, and cue that music. If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. I mean, personally, I think the one on the left might be more your style, but the one on the right looks pretty awesome too. Click one, let me know what you think, and again, have an awesome day.